You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for our Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about Bill Maher. I will just fully disclose, I have been a Bill Maher fan for 30 years. Politically incorrect, late night television, ABC, 1993. I was still in high school, for crying out loud. I have been a Bill Maher fan for that long. Rhodes, he's a Democrat. I don't give a shit. He's funny. He's been funny forever. And a lot of people, if you have not been tuned in to Bill Maher, he's been going after woke and cancel culture for 3, 4, 5 years now. That part of his game is not new. Now, he's got a total and complete blind spot for Donald Trump. He does. But he has been calling out the Democrats' bullshit for a long time. Last night, he flat hammered Joe Biden. He also brought something else up that will probably surprise a lot of you. Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator of the Washington Commanders, has been in the news a lot. We've covered it on this channel for his comments calling January 6th a dust-up. And then he made comparisons to the BLM riots, the looting, the ransacking, the stealing. We all seen it. Let's be real. Loss of life. Over 20 people lost their life from those riots, predominantly in black communities. I mean, my God, not only did the BLM take everybody's money on that side of the aisle, they also burnt down your communities. Man, start getting out of your thought process. Well, now the Washington Commanders fined Jack Del Rio for these statements. Ron Rivera released a complete bullshit statement, which he tried to flip-flop on. We called him out on it. And then last night on Bill Maher's Real-Time show, Bill Maher said, I'd love to talk to Jack Del Rio. But the one thing Bill Maher absolutely did, he defended Jack Del Rio's right to say what he said. He doesn't agree with it, but he said he shouldn't have been fined for it either. It's his right to free speech. And let's get to this and check it out. He also dropped a little nugget on the Tampa Bay Rays. I will play a little video from this. I'm sympathetic to people saying, quote, stop making me do your things on pride symbols. Fining Del Rio against free speech. On Friday's broadcast of HBO's Real Time, host Bill Maher said he is, quote, sympathetic to the Tampa Bay players who didn't want to wear rainbows on their uniforms. And, quote, stop the idea, quote, and quote, the idea of stop making me do things your way. In other words, quit pushing your bullshit on me. And while he thanks Washington Commanders defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio's comments on January 6th were wrong, quote, he has the right to be wrong and shouldn't be fined. Maher stated, quote, there was a football coach, his name is Jack Del Rio, he called the January 6th riot a dust-up. Now, this is a very common view that he has. I would like to, if I could, talk to Mr. Del Rio. I think I could probably and hopefully convince him a little bit that it was more than a dust-up. Let's get to this and see if we can hear some of it.
Okay, and he called the January 6th riot a dust-up. Now, this is a very common view that he has. I would like to, if I could talk to Mr. Del Rio, I think I could probably, hopefully convince him a little bit that it was more than a dust-up. He also compares it a lot to the 2020 protests that were going on after the George Floyd murder. Okay, I think I could also convince him there are really important differences between those two things, and actually the attack on the Capitol was worse. Nevertheless, he has a right to be wrong.
Yes.
In America, you have the right to be wrong.
Yeah.
They fined him, the team fined him $100,000 for this opinion. Finding people for an opinion. I am not down with that. And here's what the coach of the team said. This is his, his assistant coach. So his boss said about the guy who got fined, he does have the right to voice his opinion as a citizen of the United States. And it most certainly is his constitutional right to do so. Apparently not. You know what? This is the don't pee on my shoe and tell me it's raining. What the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't have a right to opinion. And it's...
See, Bill Maher absolutely nails Ron Rivera on this shit. Then he went on. He added the Commanders were showing they are, quote, against free speech by fining Del Rio. After turning to the Rays, Maher said, the players gave a religious reason, which is sincere. You know me with religion? Guys, he's an atheist. I mean, I think it's super stupid. I'm not sympathetic to the religious aspect. I am sympathetic to the idea of stop making me do things your way. You know what? It reminds me of Mean Girls. We all wear pink on Wednesday. Well, I don't. So he's making a couple of statements here. Number one, he's saying, hey, if the players don't want to wear those pride symbols, they shouldn't have to. It's their decision. They should be able to make that decision. If they don't believe in doing it, don't try to force me to do it. And on top of it, don't ridicule me because I decided to make my own choice. And the other one is, and he come out and said, look, I don't agree with Del Rio on what he said, but Del Rio should have the right to say it without retribution from his club or anybody else. It is called free speech. Now, me and Bill Maher differ on a lot of shit, but my goodness, we're starting to align. He's coming more and more towards my way every single week. I mean, he nailed Joe Biden last night on gas prices and wanting to crawl in bed with Saudi Arabia, and acknowledged Joe could do a lot more shit here for gas prices and energy. It's pretty amazing where Bill Maher's gotten. He's kind of like Elon Musk in the fact that he's looking around and a lot of his party is radically left, and he's left standing there in the middle. I mean, I don't know that Bill Maher will ever vote Republican. I know a lot of people think he will. I'm not going to jump out there and act like he's ever going to vote Republican. As long as I've been watching him, I can't imagine, but I don't know. It does make me wonder if he might shock the world, okay? He's got a blind spot for Trump. He's not voting for Trump. But if Ron DeSantis run, I don't know that he wouldn't vote for Ron DeSantis. We'd have to see. But I appreciate the fact that he's willing to come out and say, look, the Commanders are wrong here. Ron Rivera, you're wrong here. You made this statement about how Jack Del Rio's got these rights to say all this stuff constitutionally, but your hypocritical ass, apparently it's not his right if you're going to find him 100 large, right? So I thought that was pretty interesting. Of course, woke Twitter activated on Bill Maher again. The one thing I can now count on like clockwork every Saturday morning is I'm going to get up early and find Bill Maher trending because the woke Twitter mob is trying to cancel Bill Maher again. That's amazing. Bill Maher has been liberal forever, and he is now known as a racist old white man. Just that quick. By the way, Van Jones is now Candace Owens, according to Twitter. What the fuck? I mean, those people are crazy on there. I mean, for real. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.